My Singing Monsters is known for its fairly lighthearted tone and goofy singing monsters. However, if you take a closer look, then you realize that some monsters are actually quite dark. From monsters that are literally suffering, dying, insane, mindless zombies, or even heavily depressed. In this video, I'll cover it all. Here are the darkest monsters in MSM. Our first monster we have is Epic Octopus. The monster already gives you an uneasy feeling just by its unsightly appearance. But read the bio, it gets much more disturbing. The bio states that the monster was once just a normal octopus until it was infected by a parasite known as Rit Rot. The parasite completely took over the monster's brain and body, leaving it a hideous, mindless husk of its former self. No thoughts, no individuality, a complete zombie. Up next is the Epic Clavavera. This monster represents the sadness and loss one feels when their loved ones pass, meaning death and mourning is a real thing that the monsters go through in the monster world. It's a reminder that even though the beat hereafter and the Day of the Dead celebrate loved ones who have passed and gone, the emptiness you feel from their absence still lingers on. Our next monster is Harryet. The paranormal monster believes that it has no free will, just nothing more than a marionette being controlled by the strings of fate, not fully realizing that it is actually in full control of its actions. It constantly attempts to find just who the puppet master is. This causes it to constantly be in a somewhat distressed state, even when in the company of its fellow monsters. Notice how it never really smiles, and has quite the skeptical and shocked expressions. Unfortunately, Harryet never finds peace. In its minor form, its nightmare has fully come true. It is truly not in control of its actions, a literal puppet. Its haunting shrieks aren't musical, they're cries of help, cries for it to be free from its curse. It finally realizes that it did have control over its actions, but now it never will, ever again. Rare Punkleton is next. The monster is in a very unfortunate predicament that it has no control over. Its sunken face lacks hardiness, causing it to slowly rot away. Imagine if your face was slowly melting away throughout your life and you could do nothing about it. In order to compensate, it wears a paper bag to hide its face away, yet you can still see its decomposing face pouring out the bag, giving away its secret. A truly unfortunate monster who is burdened with a terrible genetic condition that must forever live with.
Hooga, 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 booga, ga, hooga, booga, hooga, booga, ga, hooga, booga, hooga, booga, ga, hooga, booga, hooga, booga, ga.
Next, we have two monsters, Germ and Dactyl. The two paranormal hybrids start out joyful and lively. Dactyl performs with bombastic energy and eye-catching poses, while Germ delights in planting its seeds and starting the cycle of life. In reality, however, Dactyl must perform these flamboyant poses in order to keep itself from breaking apart, even if it wears itself out. And Germ knows that the end of its cycle will come, and the seeds will sprout into trees and infect it. Their minor forms realize this unfortunate yet inevitable reality. Dactyl is now disheveled and immensely exhausted, but must keep on going to stay together. The show must go on. It even afflicts itself with amnesia, attempting to reset and start over, yet the painful cycle will forever continue. Germ is now at the end of its cycle, and nature has not been kind to it. The seeds have grown to trees and completely infected it, which causes it to lose all the control and whimsy it once had. It is in agonizing pain, yet understands that it is at the end of its cycle, and this is all completely natural. It still attempts to do its job of germination, but soon it will fully complete its journey. A truly tragic fate for both of these monsters. We venture deep into Zari's workshop to discuss the Nightbear. The monster itself is immediately dark due to it heavily referencing Five Nights at Freddy's. The immensely popular horror game franchise's main plot revolves around a serial killer who targets children. Investigating further, we notice that the Nightbear seems incredibly depressed. It puts little to no energy in its musical performance, and almost always has a cold, dead expression. Even when it has escaped its confinement in the workshop and on the energetic mech island, its mood does not change, even worsening as it sounds on the brink of tears. It even believes that its presence worsens the mood, causing it to isolate itself from others. This, paired with its unnerving appearance and FNAF connection, make Nightbear easily one of the darkest monsters in the game. Now we have Epic Voodoo. The monster's frightening appearance doesn't hide a gentle soul. The Epic Voodoo is a genuine menace to monster kind, and its appearance is a warning. Its bio states its suit it wears is actually just a way to deceive its true form, meaning that it can lure unsuspecting monsters and do who knows what to them. It also seems to reference the Predator franchise, centered around bloodthirsty aliens who terrorize Earth. For our final monster, we have the Epic Trouble. This monster is in a constant state of distress. Its nightmares have literally come true in the form of the small impish creatures that surround it. It's afraid to sleep due to these nightmares, which is why its eyes are always open. Unlike the common and rare form, imagine being in a constant state of fear as you're forever tormented by the literal demons from your nightmares. And that is it. I hope you understand now that My Seeking Monsters isn't as lighthearted as it may seem.